is about. Monica, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Bernard. Grazie. So you've heard how many changes are into our pot at Dassault Systèmes this year. You will see even more in the breakouts that we are organized for you during the forum. So today I would like to give you a perspective of why all these changes actually are happening. You have seen we have new brands, we have new customers, we have new industries that we serve, and we have a brand new platform that is based on V6 architecture, but which opens up a total new way of working. The 3D experience platform gives us and you as a customer the capability to think in terms not just of product, but business. You will see what we are thinking in order to develop, as well in terms of product strategy, that is going to change the way that we present our product to the market. The strategy is the last step of change. It is something that usually a company doesn't really show to the public, but I think that you as customer, and even and especially if you are not yet a customer, you have the right to know. The strategy of a corporation, it is something that actually inspires the product strategy of the same company. By understanding the strategy, you will understand which kind of products, software, and services we will put in the market in the next years. We call this strategy social industry experiences. Before explaining you why we have chosen these three keywords, I would like just to wrap up the main reason why we are making all these changes. So the main reason why we made all these changes is because the industry world has dramatically changed in the last 15 years. The two main factors that have radically transformed the way that we do business are called web and consumers. Internet gave power to our consumers, and our consumers are feeding us back, even if we don't want. Web and consumers are at the origin of all the mega challenges that today industry, whether we work in the marketing department or in the engineering department of a company, we need to face. Phenomena like social media are the nightmare of every single marketing in every single industry of the world. It has the second biggest share of voice after TV and before print, just in terms of communication. Mobility is the other phenomenon. Cloud, it is the other phenomenon. But the two that are the most important of all, actually, are consumerization and big data. I keep on being surprised each time I receive the forecast of what is going to be the amount of data that worldwide we need to manage. The IDC analyst has recently made a report saying that in 2012 we will have a plus 48% increase of data versus 2011. You will say, a nice share, but the point is that it is a plus 48% of something that was already huge. We will arrive by the end of the year at 3 zettabytes of data. The zettabyte is something that is even difficult to write on a piece of paper because it is a number which has 21 zeros after the 1. So when I see this data, I think, wow, is it possible to manage all of this? How every one of us, how the industry are going to cope with the management of big data? And the second question that I ask myself is, do my customers have this issue? And the confirmation is coming every day. One of my mass retailer customers worldwide actually has to manage more than 1 million consumer transactions per hour, which makes a database just of consumer information of 2.5 petabytes. It's a huge challenge. And it is a challenge that we cannot skip. We need to afford in some way. The second biggest challenge to me, apart from social media, it is that of the consumerization. Yesterday, IBM or Hewlett-Packard were creating the industry trends in hardware. That is the reason why, actually, yesterday we were bringing our PC to home and we were working from home. Big revolution. Unfortunately, since many years now, the trend has been completely inverted. Are the consumer products that we bring actually to work. It is no more the industry which is setting the trend, are the consumer who are setting the trend. And as industry and as responsible business, we all need to cope with this, actually. The information technology department of every single industry in the world need to cope with the fact that iPad, tablets, and mobile devices have become an instrument of business, especially in those departments that are the most facing the world, which means sales, which means marketing, which means all the organizations that are then marketing our products. This is the reason why we have changed the strategy at Dassault Systèmes. In order to help you to face the challenges of this new century, we cannot continue working in the same way. The very first change in the industry that needs to happen is the social change. This is the very first keyword that we have selected, social. What does it mean, social? Social is the new way of doing business. Bernard was explaining when looking at our compass, which symbolizes the entireness of the 3D experience platform, that we do have type of application that are social or collaborative. You call it 3D Swim, you call it Novia. This is the platform that you need to run your business. Structured way of working are no more enough in the era of the social media. Us, as employees of the different industry, needs to work differently. And the point is that if we want to have the real, true collaboration within our company, we cannot force marketers to look at 3D CAD. We cannot explore or plan for the sales approach through simulation. But the information that we are creating for product designing are exactly the same that the marketers need and that the sales might need. So the point is that the social way of working and that the adoption of applications that are easy to use, that are intuitive for everyone because has been inspired by the web and therefore by the internet interface, it is the new way of doing business within the company. It is also the only way, actually, to open up to the external world. The external industry, it is becoming the more and more important. And the ecosystem, it is not just that of the engineering. The ecosystem that is feeding and inspiring the design of the engineered product that we provide, that we create, it is coming from elsewhere. The more and more from thinkers to marketing companies, to advertising companies that are external to our organization. Those companies do not work with us through CAD. They have to work with us through systems that are capable of being used by them. And the third challenge of the social industry is the fact that it is no more the time not to get connected to the real need of the society. Any single industry needs to have an education plan, needs to get connected to the research program of its country, needs to talk to the consumers. Social is the new way of connectivity for the world of the industry, as it is today the only way that is connecting 72% of the worldwide population through social networks. This is the reason of social. The second key words of the strategy, it is industry. You know Dassault Systèmes through the power of its brand. The brands are there. The brands are powerful. Yet, the brands are your limit to understanding the capabilities of Dassault Systèmes. And why so? Because the brand, in your mind, represent simple application that you need to layer one to another in order to create the value that your company, your CEO, whoever is the decision maker on the product strategy, wants to see. Industry, it is the way that we have chosen to help you connect the dots, to help you configure everything you want from the 3D experience platform of Dassault Systèmes, and having, in a simple way, the whole value of connecting marketing with R&D, R&D with sales, sales to whoever the external partner you may use. What does it mean? Industry is a way of saying that today, through the 3D experience platform, we can create for you pre-configured, value creation-oriented type of solution that takes the best of our software, irrespective of what is the name of the brand, irrespective from what is the module or the product of the single brand. We just take, still the level of components, whatever it is required for a specific job, process, profile of your company to give you the best of the value at the right price. The third key word, concluding the navigation of the strategy, is experience. Social industry experience is the motto that we want to have, and it is becoming the mantra for everyone in the organization at Dassault Systèmes. I hope that you will adopt the same mantra. Social industry experiences are going to change the world. And why so? Because consumers buy experiences. In a market, in any industry that is the more and more commoditized, product attributes are no more enough to cut through the clutter. You know it, your marketing knows it, Dassault Systèmes knows it as well. That is the reason why we don't want to stay at the level of product attributes. We want to help you understanding what is the level that you might require and that is really creating a value for your ultimate consumer. These are called experiences. This fantastic, colorful wall is one of the best examples how a coffee, which is Nespresso, has cut through the clutter worldwide. Coffee is one of the most commoditized markets, wonderful, colorful, gorgeous, engineered, designed capsule that are costly 3 times more than any other coffee in the world. It is an experience that goes from product through the store where you can buy this product. It is an experience which is creating a feeling and an emotional connection of being part of an elite, which is the club Nespresso worldwide. This is what experience are in the world. Consumer experience is just the only way to stay competitive in any single industry. You can call it flying experience, driving experience, user experience, whatever you call it, the key word is experience. And why so? Because experiences are bigger than products. They do not just think in terms of product, they think in terms of what the human being that I'm targeting, and therefore my consumer, is really wanting from behind the product. The other example is the iPhone. It is not just a product. It is a compendium of wonderful product, services, and content that has been given to us. This is the reason why we believe the social industry experience, it is exactly the strategy that we might pursue. So, what's in it for you? What is going to be of help, actually, to the customer of Dassault Systèmes if we do pursue this strategy? I think that if I can summarize in just one chart what it means in real terms and in pragmatic terms, is that we are going to enrich our portfolio on top of the brand offers that you have that are plenty and are extremely sophisticated, something that takes into consideration the value that we can give you by configuring all our software and products. Takes the example of transportation and mobility. When a transportation and mobility company thinks in terms of what needs to be done, whether it is 10-year strategy, 5-year strategy, or 3-year strategy, they do take into consideration two things: internal values and external values. The company values are the big challenges that every transportation and mobility company is facing, whether it is a zero planet impact in terms of CO2, or it is new geographies that needs to be reached, and therefore new thinking, a new way of driving system that needs to be thought, whether it is an issue of mobility into smart cities, whether it is whatever challenge that you may think it is something related to the internal call for action that your CEO would ask you. But the point is that whether are the challenge internalized, but they do not really create any value for the ultimate consumers, well, there is a disconnect, which is an important one, actually. It doesn't match with what our marketing are telling us. The worldwide survey that every single company in the world is doing, whether they are quarterly, semesterly, yearly, the tracking studies gathers important information of how the consumer are changing. And the speed of change of consumers, it is only equal to the speed of change of internet, which is light speed. So the consumer value, it is something that needs to be gathered in real time. That is the reason why when we think in terms of industry experiences, we not only think in terms of what do we have of best things, whatever the software of the Dassault system in order to serve the purpose of changing the powertrain of every single car in order to have a less impact in terms of fuel consumption. But as well, on the side of the consumer, how do I give to my consumers what they want, the web connectivity of the car, wherever I want, whatever the mobile device I'm using? What is the active safety that the car needs to provide, even if I'm sleeping and someone is crossing all of a sudden in front of my car? Whether I am 80 years old, like it would be the case for the worldwide population, and I still have a comfortable car to drive. Industry experiences is the way to have access to the power of 3D experience platform all at once. Only the things that on an industry basis are really needed are packaged by us to serve any industry. Let me give you the final example. A CATIA configuration, which is working for an aerospace and defense designer, it is not exactly what a CATIA designer doing a consumer good design would need. Few times it could be superfluous. Few other times it could be insufficient. A packaging of a shampoo requires much more quality rendering than a car designer would ask. Just these simple things defines which level of detail we can arrive to decide in order to really give you the right value in each of the industry we want to serve. We have done this work in every single industry we serve. Energy or consumer good, for example, is one of the examples. In the next 6 months and already starting the next quarter, we will have already industry solution that will be available everywhere in the world. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't break it. So the point at this point of the presentation is, are you ready to follow us on the 3D experience path? And to sum up, what are the real potential that I see in the 3D experience platform is that the 3D experience platform is capable of giving you a flexibility of usage that is never happened to me into the software category. You can use any of our software. You can start from anywhere in the compass, whether it is an application which is a little application or a big application. Each of the industry experience that we can prepare for you, build IP as you go. Everything is integrated. You don't need anymore to trade off whether there is the right solution for my engineering department or for my business department. You don't need anymore to trade off from big deployment, costly and very long time deployment, or a quick point solution. The 3D experience platform has been thought to be flexible as a point solution, giving you the safety and the scientific background of being a real solution. The 3D experience platform transformed into industry experiences is what it really can help you connect the dots. This is the reason why what we state is that we are passing from the PLM era to the engineered business experience era. It is not a new acronym. Our platform name is 3D Experience, but what 3D Experience platform provides is much more than product experiences. It is business experiences because it has the capability of transforming and finally connecting the dots between the different disciplines in the company, because all the engineered application that we have can become finally visible, shareable, and therefore even commentable by persons that are not engineers. The new way of doing business, which is that of social. From discipline collaboration to social industry world, it is the big challenge that we all face as industries. From product modeling to business modeling, it is where the industry is going, in any category. From document management to experience management. From search to dashboard intelligence, fingertip information, tell me what I'm looking for in 2 seconds. Let me have access to the information without even having to think. Everything is ready for me. From product attributes to consumer experience. The final thought that I want and I hope that would become really food for thought for you, it is, I don't believe that a company, in whatever the industry you compete, needs more than just an ERP system and the 3D experience platform. And it is so simple to be wise. I finish with my presentation. What I wanted you now to announce, it is I think that do you want to add something, or do I announce the experience in action?
It's good that you give me the opportunity to conclude.
If you want.
Monica is used to take the space easily. Thank you, Monica, for this great presentation. As you know, notice we have a plan. It's not more of the same thing. More of the same thing for your business, for our business, will not work anymore. It's about putting the experience at the center of everything we do. The user experience, the industry experience, and the customer relationship experience. And I believe that at least when it comes to the Dassault system strategy, having a new executive in the company who is not necessarily thinking from a pure technology, but also thinking from the art, culture, and consumer experience will be a great value for you. And that's why we are engaging for the next 10 years on 3D experience. Thank you very much, and thank you, Monica.
Thank you very much.